So we're on page 18. We're talking about reciprocal functions. Today, I would anticipate we do definitely 1C, 1D. We may even get a look at 3A, okay? So we've got a few interruptions to our schedule, so we just got to make sure we're working through it effectively. Today, like all of chapter 1, I don't want you to be alarmed if you're sort of a little bit confused about some of chapter 1. There's just key questions that I want you to gather from chapter 1. So one of them being the plumbing question, okay, if we're pretty confident how the plumbers work. Another one being the one about the mowing question that we went through. That's what you need from 1A, 1B. What we're learning in 1C and 1D basically is just how to use our graphics calculator a little bit. And I'm going to talk to you about what happens when we divide by 0. So the first question I want to ask, so we don't need to write anything down yet. Can anyone remember what we get when we divide by 0?
0.
No.
1.
No.
-1.
Undefined. Thank you. Okay. We get, if you type it in your calculator now, 1 divided by 0, let's type that in. It's going to say math error. That's maths error. There's an error for maths. Now I'm going to explain to you today, I'm going to explain why that's the case. So we can't do 1 divided by 0, right? But let's think about it. Here's a number line. Here's 0. Okay. So we can go, I can't do 1 divided by 0, but let's do something really close to 0. What happens if I do 1 divided by 0.1? So I'll get, Sophie, you can tell me that one. 1 divided by 0.1. 10, good. So we're here, 1 divided by 0.1, we get 10. Let's move a little bit closer again. All right? So Indy, watch here. Bella, watch here. A little bit closer than 0.1 would be 0.01. We're really close to 0 now. Luke, when I do 1 divided by 0.01?
100.
100. This is interesting. Okay, let's move even closer to 0.
1000.
What? This guy's on fire. 0.001, we get 1,000. So what's happening as we get closer to 0?
Goes up.
It's getting higher and higher and higher, isn't it? Interesting. Okay, so it's approaching infinity. But that's one way we can get close to 0. There's another way we can get closer to 0 as well, and that would be if we approached it from this direction. Okay? So a number close to 0 from the left would be minus 0.1. 1 divided by minus 0.1, what do I get?
Minus 10.
Minus 10. 1 divided by minus 0.01. So moving closer, what do I get?
Negative 100.
Negative 100. And Alita? 1 divided by minus 0.001. Minus 1,000. This is fascinating, okay? Because look what's happening here. I'm moving closer to 0 from this direction and it's getting way positive, approaching positive infinity. I'm moving closer to 0 from this direction and it's getting way negative. It's approaching negative infinity. As we get closer together, as we get closer to 0, the answer is getting further and further apart. So it's literally undefined at that point. Okay? As we get closer to it, it's skyrocketing in both directions. Okay, so you can't divide by 0. All right, that's why. So let's move on then to talk about what we're doing in 1C. We'll go through our graphing calculator first. We're going to talk about how we can graph this function, and then we'll look at some of the questions that you're going to answer. So a reciprocal function is one that has the form y equals k on x. Now we learnt about these inverse proportion in B, and we saw what follows from this is that x times y will always equal k. That every x coordinate multiplied by its corresponding y coordinate is going to always equal some constant. So let's have a go at sketching this function. So your instructions on your calculator, go to your main menu. So you press the menu button, go to the graph mode. All right. Graph mode is number 5. And it should just say y1, y2, y3, y4, all ends in there blank. And have we done a bit of graphing before?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're going to sketch the function 1 on x. So I want you to type in 1. Use the fraction button. Okay, so the fraction button is just under the x theta t button. 1 on top of x. Okay, so I'll just run around and make sure everyone's got that. we need to set our V window. This is your virtual window. This is the window of what you're looking at, the Cartesian plane. And so you're going to press Shift F3, which corresponds with V window. And we have here settings X min, X max, Y min, Y max. Okay? So what that means, X min is your minimum value of X, the point furthest to the left. X max is your point furthest to the right. Y min, your point furthest to the bottom. Y max, your point furthest to the top. So Y max, Y min,
Yours has a camera?
X max, X min. Okay, now what we want to set it to, we might just graph it from -4 to 4. Okay, so X min -4, X max 4,
No, we're going too fast.
Y min -4, Y max
Alright.
4.
Okay.
So everyone's got their graph, and what we're going to do is we're just going to sketch it. So we've got our x-axis and our y-axis. We'll put the numbers on there. So you're going to sketch this in your notebook now.
Oh.
Cool guys.
I want to click the drawback.
Okay.
Why not have a...
And what the graph looks like is something like this, right?
Why does one look like that?
Oh, sorry, I've already done it.
Okay, good. So give. All right. So what have we done? Everyone sketched that? Yep.
Yeah.
Alita, you did?
Yeah.
Yep. Really good.
Do you want to stay?
I'll come and look in a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the example problem that we have here at the bottom of page 18. Find the equation of the following reciprocal function. This is what it looks like, and we're given one of the coordinates. X is -3, y is 1. Now, for all reciprocal functions, remember, x times y equals k. So all we need to do is go -3 times 1. That's going to equal?
-3.
Oh, on fire. That means this function is -3 on top of x. Really good, really good.
Sorry.